Hello, happy Sunday, everybody. Let's see if we can get a couple people to join and then I'll just dive in. We finished our, hi, Jenny, how are you? We finished our road trip yesterday. Hi, everybody, hopping on. Finished our road trip yesterday. My girls and I were gone for like 9 days and had my son fly in. He had been able to do some stuff, go on a ski trip in Europe, which was super fun for him. And then my daughter from Hawaii actually flew in. So we all got to be together, spend some time with my brother and sister-in-law, and just spend a nice spring break together. But we're back. I'm exhausted, but I'm so excited. I just wanted to hop on for a few minutes here to talk a little bit about the Money Coven, which is the Money Sense membership that I am starting, and the doors are opening in 1 week. So super excited. If you are interested in joining the waitlist, you can comment at any point here the word join, and you will get on the waitlist, which will allow you to get the cheapest price possible that the membership will ever be. So comment the word join and I will send that over to you, and you can get on the list to be able to hop into the membership when the doors open a week from now. So I wanted to chat about why I'm even doing the Money Coven. If you're following my page, you know that, I'm Molly, I'm a certified financial planner, and I have been a financial advisor for the last 18 years. I'm actually still a licensed advisor. But in November of last year, I decided to quit my very successful advising job where I was, consistently pressured to be looking for more clients and bring in more assets and just constantly be, gathering more money to be able to manage. And I just found that I was kind of done with that. During my time as an advisor, often I would be educating people in like 401k meetings for their jobs. We would manage their 401ks and then have to do education for the 401ks. So I would go out and be, educating folks. And during those meetings, I was just always sort of blown away by the questions that would get asked. A lot of the questions were just really simple questions. And in my mind, I just was like, this is stuff that people should be getting, they shouldn't be at this point in their life and still asking these questions. They should be getting this information in a school setting or somewhere else. And so I also found that during those meetings, that was the part of my job that I really enjoyed the most, was educating folks. So I have been crafting, Money Sense with Molly for a while. Finally decided to kind of go for it in November and quit that job, and have been working on, building up this membership structure since then. So the doors open on Sunday. I'm super excited. Again, it's called the Money Coven. You can comment join or DM me join, or comment join on any of my reels to get the waitlist sent to you. But the main reasons that I'm starting it and kind of what you can expect if you were to join the Money Coven, I talked about why I'm doing it. It's a women's only group. I want to provide women a space where they can talk to an experienced advisor. I'm not just like a financial influencer who happened to like dig themselves out of some debt and now I'm an expert. I actually have 18 years of experience in the industry. I've been a certified financial planner since 2013, which is kind of the highest designation you can get on the planning side of the industry. So I want to create an environment for women to be able to talk to someone who has that experience, for women to, be in a kind of a safe community where they can maybe find other women who might be in similar situations. I have been contacted by a number of women in the last few months since I've started this page that are asking about, I just recently got divorced. Now all of this stuff is on my plate. I need help. And so I'm really excited to be able to create an environment for people to maybe connect with each other and support each other through those situations when they're trying to figure out what's next, learn all the things to be able to manage it themselves. The environment is going to be where, we want to create some time efficiency for you. I want you to get, the information that you need to have and not a lot of fluff, right? I mean, I will have a lot of different resources. So if you want to go down the rabbit holes and learn, really deep into what different sectors of financial planning type stuff, I will have those resources available for you. But my goal is to be able to get you kind of from A to Z in as quick and as efficient way as possible so that you can kind of go forward having some comfort and confidence managing your own finances. So time efficiency, I want you to be able to get in, get what you need, and kind of get on with life, because we all, I think many of my followers probably are moms. And even if you're not a mom, it's nice to get this education from somebody who's got the background, and then get on with it, right? Like it's not rocket science. I think it's been told to people like it's this big scary thing. And I think if we can just distill that down into something more palatable, that's my goal of being able to offer this platform and have a structure for women to be able to be comfortable in that type of an environment. Let's see. What else? I have some notes behind me. Oh yeah, direct access. One thing that's huge for me about why I did this is when you hire a financial advisor, they are getting paid somehow, right? And I don't want to like rag on all financial advisors. I've got a lot of friends that are still in the industry and do really, really great work. But the reality is, for the vast majority of the population, you are paying, some people might be paying a financial advisor literally thousands of dollars a year, and they are not doing that much for you, right? A person who really needs a financial advisor is a person who maybe has a taxable estate, which means you have a net worth of over $22 million. And they have interesting tax consequences or situations that they need managed. Those people definitely need a team of professionals to kind of manage their situation, right? The normal person who maybe has less than, let's say, $2 million of investable assets, just assets that you actually could put to work in an investment account, right? That doesn't mean net worth, which would include all of your house and things like that. People who have less than $2 million of investable assets, they just don't need a complicated structure. They don't need, complicated investment strategies. They really just need access to investment, structures and knowledge so that they can be able to open their statement and understand what they have and why they have it. So when you're hiring a financial advisor and you have that amount of money, you are paying them thousands of dollars. And what they're doing is they're going to put you into usually some kind of proprietary model that their firm has put together. And then it's just kind of automated and it just sort of goes, right? So my goal is to help you, number one, realize what you're paying for that, because those financial advisors are very expensive. And then be able to have a little bit of education to be able to do it yourself, because there are platforms now like Betterment, Wealthfront out there where you can go do this yourself. And all you really have to understand is what is the asset allocation of your portfolio. This chunk of money, what is it for? So what does that mean you need the investments to do? Can you have a lot of stock in there because it's a long-term account? Should you have less stock because it's a really short-term account? Those types of concepts are what I want to be able to educate you on, so that if you are paying a financial advisor, you can be like, oh, maybe we can actually save more of that money in our pockets. Because over time, if you're looking at retirement accounts, those 1%, 1% to 2% fees literally can equate hundreds of thousands of dollars for you down the line that kind of eats away at your own retirement accounts. So cost efficiency is huge. I want you to be able to understand what you're paying and, what you're paying. And if you decide that that's worth it, then that's fine. I just want to make sure women understand what they are paying and kind of know that just with a little more education, you could probably tackle this yourself. So I want to be able to provide a platform where women can do that in sort of a safe space and get that education. And when push comes to shove, one thing that financial advisors do is they hold people's hands, they talk people off the ledge, and they save themselves, they save the client from themselves, right? And that certainly is worth something. But I want you to have the knowledge to be able to actively make that decision for yourself to say, you know what, this cost is worth it for me because they really help me not sabotage myself down the line. More often than not, when I talk to women and they realize what they're paying, and then if they talk to me and learn something from me, they're like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. I think I can put those thousands of dollars back in my pocket and manage this for the long haul. So a lot of that fee really deals with kind of behavioral psychology with financial stuff. We are going to have weekly Q&As in the Money Coven. Again, you can comment if you've recently joined. You can comment join at any point to get on the wait list for the Money Coven. The wait list doors are going to open next week. and the wait list will only be open for 48 hours. And that is the cheapest you'll be able to get into the Money Coven. It'll be $27 a month. And that price will be locked in for you forever as long as you remain a member. But that's only going to be for 48 hours. And then I'm going to open the doors up to everybody else and the price will go up. So if you're interested, comment join to get on the wait list so you can get that cheapest price possible. But we will have weekly Q&As where you can submit questions directly to me to answer. The beginning parts of those Q&As are probably going to be like a short training about something, but then a big part of it will just be interacting with the community and answering questions that come up. I'm also going to have, hopefully about once a month, I'm planning to have a guest speaker. I already have talked to like a divorce coach. I've already talked to a mindset coach, kind of a life mindset coach that I will be queuing up to talk to the group about things, about just money mindset. And, you know, this was a huge career change for me. So I really find value in some of that mindset support to be able to, if you're thinking about changing things in your own life, having that support to be able to, you know, keep yourself grounded and keep yourself from freaking out. These mindset coaches and life coaches can really be helpful for that. So plan to have someone be joining us for that as well. I'm also going to be doing while we'll do the Q&As, I'll probably be doing some case studies as well. So right now I do one-on-one work with folks here and there. I don't do a ton of it, but I do some one-on-one work, and I plan to do some of that live in the Q&A session. So I will be working with community members to be able to kind of take them through, and of course they'll be on board with this and be fine with this kind of being an opportunity for people to see into our structure, my structure, and my process. But doing some case studies to be able to say, here's this person's situation, and then talking it through, you know, in real time to be able to say, here's what I would do with this situation, this situation, this situation. Here are the things you should watch out for. I think being able to do that in front of other people, again, as long as my client is okay with that, we would anonymize certain things, so it was all kosher. But to be able to kind of peek in on conversations like that I might be having with someone, maybe you're not comfortable enough, you know, either paying for a one-on-one or being in the spotlight like that. But I think a lot of people can learn lots from watching that conversation happen with someone else. So I'm going to be having case study overviews. I'm going to be doing live Q&As. We'll have monthly speakers. Also, once you get into the Money Coven, I will have the my Money Sense method is what I call it. And it's basically, as I mentioned kind of earlier, my A to Z, start here, go through these 5 steps to get you really a solid financial foundation. So right when you get in there, you will have access to the first steps of that, the Money Sense method. So you can start, you know, making a difference and kind of making some progress in your own situation right away. And then you'll be able to use the community to ask questions, join Q&As to ask questions directly to me. But going through that Money Sense method is going to give you a great foundation to kind of launch into the next goals you have from a financial standpoint. That's it for now. I don't want to make this too long, and I'm going to be going live a little bit more over the next couple weeks as I fully launch the Money Sense membership. My first meeting, my first Q&A, I believe, is going to be April 8th. I think that's a Wednesday. All right, now I'm planning to do meetings kind of alternating. I think I'll do Wednesday like a midday meeting. I'm in the mountain time zone, so midday meeting, and then I think I'll alternate with like an evening meeting because I know it'll be hard for some people to catch midday meetings. But would love to see any and all of you in the Money Coven. Again, it's a women-only space where we can get the financial education that you need so you can really tackle anything that comes along to you with financial clarity and confidence. So thanks for joining. If anybody has any questions, I see a couple of people here recently joined, but if anybody has any questions, I'll sit around for a sec. But again, go ahead and comment join, and I will send over the link for you to get on the wait list. Again, that opens on Sunday. I believe it's at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going to open up, and that wait list price is only available to the wait list. So get on the wait list so you can get it, and it'll be $27 a month as long as you're in the membership, and then it will go up after that 48 hours. So for anybody who's not on the wait list, they'll have to wait until Tuesday evening to have access to the membership, and it will be at a higher price. So Super looking forward to it. I'm really excited to be able to take, my 18 years of experience and translate that into a more intimate group of women, where I just feel like I can make more of a difference. And, for me personally, instead of going out and trying to make rich people richer, I'm really excited to have, a closer group of women that I can help move the needle in terms of their financial questions and issues. So that's it for today. I look forward to seeing any and all of you, ladies, in the Money Coven. Feel free to DM me if you have any other questions about what's going to be offered there. And